name is Richard Strader, S-T-R-A-D-E-R. I'm a sergeant, Metro Police Fatal Detail. Shortly before 9 o'clock this morning, Metro Police responded to an auto bicycle collision on Arby, just east of Fort Apache. What we know is that a bicyclist, a 13-year-old bicyclist, was struck by a car. When we came out on the scene, we started looking at what we have, and what appears to happen is that our 13-year-old bicyclist, who we're being told was going back to school, was coming out of this housing development down a street called Plush Stone. Plush Stone dead ends right where you see down here. It's almost like an irrigation cut. All there is some bars, the sidewalk ends, and the road ends inside the community. The bicycle appears to have come through there, popped over the curve, and entered the roadway at a high rate of speed. We had a vehicle that was behind our vehicle that struck the bicyclist. It said that the vehicle that struck the bicycle was traveling eastbound, not speeding, and the bicyclist just came out of nowhere. Was struck by the car. He landed in the roadway and had to be flight for life to UMC trauma because of his injuries. Right now, what we know is that he's still alive. He has some severe head trauma, and they're working to make sure that he stays alive. So, keep him in your prayers. The driver is not impaired, wasn't speeding, cooperating with police, and right now we're still working on our investigation. Any questions?
Do you know what school the 13-year-old goes to?
I don't know that right now. We're still in the middle of trying to find that information, and obviously I'm not even sure if the parents are aware of the collision at this point. I'm assuming that the social workers at the hospital are making those arrangements right now. But the type of car was a Chevy Avalanche. It's that pickup truck. Look right down there.
The people inside that have been talking to police for the investigation, are those people who saw it, witnesses or family, or?
Inside where? Inside the
just
car right now?
inside near the scene of the accident?
Yeah, those are people who are either came here right away and were administering aid to the juvenile as they were waiting for medical to show up, or witnesses to the event, as well as the driver. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The bicyclist was, were they going eastbound or?
The bicyclist was actually going northbound. See this neighborhood right here? There's a street where that break is. It dead ends and kind of the end of a cul-de-sac, but it's open for irrigation purposes on this side of the road. So he basically jumped over the curb and entered the roadway at a high rate of speed.
So we don't know which direction he was trying to go.
Well, he was actually going, probably he might, I don't know if he was going to make a right or left turn, but he entered the path of travel of the vehicle.
There's always a bunch of kids riding their bikes to school. What would you tell parents to tell their kids who ride to school?
Bottom line is, being on a roadway is dangerous. Vehicles outweigh bicycles, and if you get in a collision like that, you're going to get hurt. Whether, depending on how bad is, how fast the collision is, and where you get hit at. If you're on the roadway as a bicyclist, no matter how old you are, you need to be operating within the same parameters of the law as a vehicle. So if you're operating on a road.
Well, there you have it again. Metro right now updating us on that 13-year-old who was hit by a vehicle earlier today while riding his bike on his way back to school.
Right, he did get airlifted to UMC, and Richard Strader just saying that the child is still alive at this point. The teenager, I guess 13 years old, was heading back to school. So we'll have more on that throughout the newscast this morning.